Hello there. We'll start by looking at the satellite image for Southeast Asia, and you can see dense shower clouds across the very north, and that shows where the rain is going to be heaviest in the days ahead for parts of Indochina as well as the Philippines. We've got something of a circulation out east, and that's going to chuck some very heavy rain and some stronger winds across more northern and central areas where we have got some red warnings out for possible flooding. Further south of this, it's a much drier picture for large areas of Indonesia. And it's been very dry and hot across the north of Australia, but a change is on the way on Monday. We're seeing humid and even showery weather affect the very north for areas like Darwin. We'll see wetter weather as well affecting northern parts of WA, northern Queensland as well, but it's looking much drier towards that southeast corner after a wet and even wintry blast over the weekend. Lots of sunshine coming in for Sydney. It has to be said it's looking pretty splendid here by Wednesday. And that's not the case for New Zealand. We've got some very heavy rain with storms affecting the North Island on Monday. And we'll see another wintry blast start to push into the South Island, bringing some very heavy snow to the very south on Tuesday. Hello there. Let's have a look at the weather across Europe, and we've seen some very wild and dangerous weather across more central and eastern areas thanks to Storm Boris, and unfortunately there's more of that to come. We're seeing torrential rain, very strong winds. That's caused flooding in places like Romania, Poland, the Czech Republic and Austria, where we've also seen the first snow of the season. That's occurring at unusually low levels. There'll be more of that to come in the days ahead. Very heavy rain as it's sitting very stagnant across that area. So red warnings for heavy rain and snow for Austria. The Czech Republic seeing very heavy rain with flood risks for Poland, southern Germany, stretching all the way down to Serbia and, of course, Romania. Now, behind that out west, it is looking much drier and finer for Italy, but strong winds continue to spark warnings across the south. To the northeast of that, well, lots of sunshine and dry conditions with the temperature sitting very high in Moscow. It's a similar story for the Iberian Peninsula to the southwest, and things are looking more settled as we go into Monday for Britain and the island of Ireland, with lots of warmth coming through. So temperatures will be coming down for the likes of Zurich in Switzerland, but they'll be pumping right up in Lisbon, Portugal on Monday. Hello there. Let's look at the earliest satellite image for East Asia, and you can see Bebinka moving across Japan's southern Ryukyu Islands, strengthening into a typhoon in the East China Sea. Now it's going to bring some very heavy rain and strong winds to the east of China for places like Shanghai before it falls apart. Still moving inland, though. You can see the wind speeds on that, so it's just about a typhoon as it moves into the east coast of China. It'll take that very heavy rain to more central areas by Tuesday. Things dry up nicely for Shanghai, however, though there will be some light rain coming back in on Wednesday. And there's lots of light rain to be found across South Asia, and that's a relief, but the heaviest of the rain still affecting the northeast of India. We've got amber alerts out for that. It'll work its way to more central areas Monday into Tuesday. It's looking largely fine in the very north, but New Delhi could see that cloud approach by the midweek. Much drier and hotter across large areas of Pakistan, but for the west coast of India, it'll be a return of those showers stretching all the way down to Sri Lanka. It's looking much drier for Bangladesh with 33 degrees Celsius in Dhaka on Tuesday. Hello there. Let's have a look at the weather across South America. And it's been largely hot across northern and central areas where wildfires have continued to burn in places like Brazil, as well as Bolivia, Ecuador and Peru. But there is a change to come for cities like Sao Paulo, thanks to this weather front that's going to cool things down and bring some very heavy rain to southern parts of Brazil as well as Paraguay. That rain stretching up into Bolivia as well, curving round into Ecuador. But further south of this, a very dry picture, and it's going to get hotter across the likes of Chile and Argentina. The heat will continue as well for northern parts of Brazil. 40 degrees in Manaus, well above the average on Monday. And it's a similar story down in the south for Santiago in Chile. There's been lots of heat as well across Central America and the Caribbean, with record minimum temperatures at night for the likes of Honduras as well as Mexico. But it's also been very wet thanks to Tropical Storm Storm Ileana that's moving across Sinaloa province in Mexico, bringing very heavy rain. Out east, we're also seeing some very heavy rain across Monterrey, knocking the temperature down there. The scattering of showers as well across much of Mexico.